Okay, I think we are here live on Facebook, at least if you're not watching the recording. This is the From Home Christmas Concert 2023. It is actually our 4th annual concert that we're having. So, it all started back in the days of the pandemic, but who wants to go out in the winter anyways? So we decided to keep this one going. We actually have a very special guest to get us started. So I'm going to introduce her in 1 second. And you can already see on the screen my buddy Kathy. She's also volunteer with the library. So whoever's watching, you get to hang out with me and Kathy for the next little bit. And we have quite a few recordings that have been sent in for us. Not so many people who could come live, but we do have a special guest who's here live. So that's pretty cool. So this is Crystal, and she has brought her shofar to play for us. So I'm going to turn the screen to her and let her take it over for right now.
Lovely.
Hi, can everybody hear me? Can they hear me okay?
Yep.
Okay.
Can you hear her, Kathy? Okay.
All right. So I'm sounding the shofar, and then I'm going to follow it with the priestly blessing as we are giving honor to our Lord and Savior this Christmas. That's what Christmas is all about.
Yes.
And so I'm going to sound the shofar, and then we'll say a blessing over everybody and our communities.
Yes.
Amen. So that's the sound of the shofar. The shofar opens up the atmosphere and it releases a blessing onto everybody within the sound of the shofar. So with that, the Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious to you this year. And the Lord turn his face toward you and give you peace that passes all understanding. In Jesus' name, amen. Thank you. Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Crystal. That was amazing. Some of our things for our concert today have come together last moment, and that was really encouraging to have that happen. All right. So it's funny. I'm just spying little messages here and there of things. So there may even still, as I say, last minute be a few things coming in just last minute. I'm just going to take a check here because some people are asking me, like, when's it starting? And I want to make sure that this is actually streaming properly. Okay, just 1 second here. Oh, this is bad to do. You know what? I'll check it. Well, something is playing. So as I said, we're just gonna be like Kathy and I hanging out this evening. And Kathy, I even to have a little plan here. I was like, I don't know what order things are happening in. So here's my plan. It says music, art, reading, music, art, reading, music. And what I'm gonna do is just throw the names of the things we've got going. Oh, my colleague has sent me a message to say it's on now. Yay! Some people are watching me. Shoo, the technology, right? So I'm just going to throw in a little jar some of these titles, and we will see who gets to go first, second, third, and whatnot. And then before we leave for the day, I am going, or the night, I should say, I will also check if anyone has sent me another message of something last minute. So we have 3 pieces by Wayne, our fiddler. So I'm going to put his name in the jar. Now, he's been with us for every concert so far, so that's pretty awesome. He was able to come this time again. All right. And we have a young lady named Briella who's going to be playing piano for us today.
Lovely.
We also have Julianne with some piano. And again, she's been with us for a while. Now, Hazel is kind of busy, but she might get something in last minute. So I'll write her name down and we'll see if that's coming too. There was also another piano that might come our way, but let's not get too eager here yet, just in case it doesn't happen. Well, guess what? Kathy has a reading for us today. And I have a reading for us today. So I am going to pop those. Okay, so this is readings. We'll see which one of those happens. And am I missing anything? Oh, we have a young lady who is playing the ukulele for us as well. So let me get that down in my little notes.
Yes.
Okay, so Abigail is her name. So she's got 1 and 2 pieces. Okay, and am I missing anything? Oh, I am missing some art. So when I say art, I won't tell you exactly what kind of art. You'll just have to watch and see. But there is some art by my colleague and friend and librarian, Pam. And we also have some art from the Mighty Learners today, who are a daycare group that is here in Drayton Valley. So there's some art. All right. So what shall we do to start, Kathy? Oh no. Let's draw a name. Actually, first thing, pardon me?
Are you pulling from a hat?
I'm pulling from a jar, but you know, let's do one thing first. So here's the thing. Kathy's my buddy, but you know, some people might not be able to get along if they were like her and me. You want to know why? Are you ready, Kathy? Because I like this. Kitty cat. Whoa, where'd I go? Did you see it? The kitty cat.
And
Kathy, what do you like?
hold a second.
Hold on a sec. We gotta adjust that camera.
I
saw it kind of there.
like this.
Goes not ho ho usually, but woof woof. She loves dogs. So you know, cat
I don't
person
know
and
if
a
you
dog
can see
person
it that
can.
well.
Sorry, I talked over you. What was that, Kathy?
I said, I don't know if you can see it that well.
We spied it. I think we spied it. I got it. Okay. So it's jar time now. Let's see. So I said we'd have some music. Let's see who we're
Oh
going to
yes, let's start off with
music
music.
from first. Okay, I made it difficult on myself. So just a second, because we're going to hear from Abigail first.
Lovely.
And I just need to sneak in to YouTube to show you guys this. All right. So now this, I don't believe it's actually a Christmas song, but interestingly, Abigail has written this herself. So I know it's a little bit difficult maybe to hear the singing, but we'll do our best here. So I'm gonna share screen. Oh, and Kathy, hey, I should tell you something. What works best is when we're watching the recordings, if you and I can mute our videos and our sound, and that way they'll get a really good screen view of our guests, if that's right. Oh, she's already muted. You muted yourself there, Kathy, but that's good. That's what you're supposed to do. Okay, I'm gonna do that too, and we'll just get our screens. Okay, here's the fun part where we have to get our faces back. And I think I have to ask Kathy to unmute by clicking the button and to start her video. And there we go. Okay, now we can do a round of applause. Yay, because you can hear us now. Okay, that was wonderful. Yes, so I don't know if I quite got on there for you guys the title of it. Sure, give me one sec here. It was called Nature. Yes, I wanted to make sure
Yeah,
I did
I
that
saw
right.
that.
So yes, lovely. And I see a couple comments coming in on Facebook that say beautiful voice and things like that. So we're going to do another piece of music here. Oh, guess what? We're keeping it in the family for right now. So Abigail's
Okay.
younger sister is now
Right.
going to share her piano song with us.
Oh, yes.
So let me just make sure I've got that one ready for us. And you know how it is, tech, there's always a million windows you got to click on
It's
everything.
always fun. It works.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, I found it. So she will be playing Angels We Have Heard on High.
Awesome.
All right. I suspect it's going to start right away and I need to pause it. Okay, there we go. Because we want to let you see the beginning. All right. Well, bye for a little bit, Kathy. We gotta.
Bye. You want me to mute?
Yeah, we're gonna give Briella the limelight right now. All right. So I'm grinning, but you can't see it yet. There we go. So I just love that. A couple things there. I'm not sure, Kathy. Here, we're gonna get yourself back.
There we go.
Have you ever learned to play an instrument?
Not, well, I play the radio, but when I was little, I had a little organ that had numbers on it. And I was planning to change the numbers to notes, but we sold it before I could do that.
Oh,
But
nice.
I really enjoyed playing on that little organ.
Well, I was just thinking, like, because I learned to play the piano and watching Briella there, I'm thinking, you know, when I had those notes that I knew, that I had them right,
Yeah.
those ones you played well. And some of the other ones are a little more, and this is for me, you know, like I knew when Briella knew she had the notes. She's playing those well, but sometimes you press a little more lightly when you're not as sure. So, I don't know if that happened. But let's give a hand for Briella.
Yeah.
Very nice. I feel almost inspired to go and do some practicing. My dad would be proud of me because he's the one who
Yes,
taught me.
wouldn't he though? Yes.
Yes, okay. So according to my list here, we are going to do some art. Now the question is, which ones were the art ones? Is this the art one? Nope. Is this the art one? I'm sort of organized. Oh, it is the art one. Okay. So this was really neat. I reached out to some of the schools to see what, if anybody had anything they wanted to share. And so Mighty Learners, the daycare in our town, which I get to go and read to them sometimes, that's fun. They sent us some pictures and little videos of some of the things that they did. And Kathy, I think that we're probably okay to keep our video on for this, because we'll just be kind of in the side if I remember how all this technology works. So yeah, might be fun for people to watch our faces, maybe. No pressure.
No pressure. No.
Okay, maybe I better actually find their video first. So okay, let's see. Okay, so this was one thing where some visuals were contributed, but there was no audio, so I added in a song in the background there. It's not one that anybody I know made, but it's a good one, and it was free online, so so
Okay.
enjoy this. Oh, it started before we were ready. Just a second, they all do that to me here. Okay, all right, I'm ready to share here now. Just back it up just a teensy weensy bit. Okay. Oh,
That was so cute.
I know, right? I got to work today and there were all those pictures and everything.
Yeah.
Music is happening because I didn't stop it just a minute. Okay, I've got myself back together. Sort of. But I was looking, have you tried some of those techniques that you saw in the art? Did you recognize any like different
Are you
crafting?
talking to me?
Yeah, I'm talking to you. This is for me here, Kathy.
No,
Oh, you've never tried painting with a fork?
I can't say I have. No,
Well,
I painted with my fingers.
with your fingers. Okay, there might have been that in there. I'm not entirely sure. And painting with a fork is fun. It's good for flowers. There they had with snowflakes, I think was happening with that. And there's
Yeah.
another really cool one that I saw. I think this is what they did. They didn't tell me what they did, but I think they did snowflakes that were the salt painting, you call it, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's sort of like you sprinkle the salt on top of glue. It's almost like glitter. I know you can get
Gotcha.
glue now, but you know,
Gotcha.
old school glitter where you put glue and then you sprinkle glitter and then it was a mess and fun. In fact, I just did that today and I won't name any names, but we did a little craft with the scouts here at the library and it involved glitter and I overheard one leader say, I don't do glitter. But then he did glitter and I was very proud. So, anyways, I mean, you always have a little bit of remnants, but that's Christmassy. So it's good. Okay, so it's reading time. Who will it be? It's it's me, Kathy. I've picked a paper. What will it
Dun,
be?
dun, dun.
It's my not good writing.
It says my name on it.
It does. So Kathy has a reading for us today. I believe it's a poem.
We'll call it a poem.
Look, it's sort. I looked at like the format of it is laid out as like little lines, so it looks poetic when it's laid out. But I'll be quiet now, and I'm gonna pin you here so people can focus on you, and I'll let you tell what it's called and stuff like that.
Okay, so the writing I'm reading is called One Solitary Life. It is written by Dr. James Allen Francis, and it was penned in a sermon that he wrote in 1926. It was then adapted in 1930, and it's this version that I will be reading. Here's a man who was born in an obscure village as a child of a peasant woman. He grew up in another obscure village. He worked in a carpenter shop until he was 30, and then for 3 years he was an itinerant preacher. He never wrote a book. He never held an office. He never owned a home. He never had a family. He never went to college. He never put his foot inside a big city. He never traveled 200 miles from the place where he was born. He never did one of the things that usually accompany greatness. He had no credentials but himself. He had nothing to do with this world except the naked power of his divine manhood. While still a young man, the tide of popular opinion turned against him. His friends ran away. One of them denied him. Another betrayed him. He was turned over to his enemies. He went through the mockery of a trial. He was nailed upon the cross between 2 thieves. His executioners gambled for the only piece of property he had on earth while he was dying, and that was his coat. When he was dead, he was taken down and laid in a borrowed grave through the pity of a friend. 19 wide centuries, now 20, have come and gone, and today he is the center of the human race and the leader of the column of progress. I am far within the mark when I say that all the armies that ever marched, and all the navies that were ever built, and all the parliaments that ever sat, and all the kings that ever reigned, put together, have not affected the life of man upon the earth as powerfully as has this one solitary life. Thank you.
I'm still here, I promise. Oh, there we go. All right. Well, thank you, Kathy. That is encouraging to think of when sometimes, yeah, as one single solitary person, we can feel a little, what difference does what I do make, right?
Yes,
But
yes, indeed.
can make a big difference. Can I ask, I'm not sure if you have an answer for this or whatever, but what made you pick out that reading in particular compared to anything else?
I grew to like Johnny Cash because my parents listened to Johnny Cash. And in his Christmas album, he did a song that had this poem in it. And of course, Johnny Cash he had a deep voice, right? So
Yes.
he did a really nice job of it, and it just stuck with me.
Yeah, see.
So when I saw it, I thought, I'll read that.
Yeah. See, I think I've grown to like Johnny Cash Juicy. And I bet my mom's out there knowing that that poem was in this song because she's a fan. So I find it interesting, Johnny Cash, how you can so many different people like him that there's other you wouldn't suspect these people to like the same thing, you know? But Johnny Cash
Yeah.
kind of goes over a few boundaries there. So anyway, that's beautiful. You don't have to clap for yourself, but I'll do it. Okay. There you go. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. It is music time. And I
Okay.
think that we are going to, yes, I was suspecting that's what I'd get. Now we have our fiddler, Wayne, who has been with us since the start. So this year, Wayne has sent for me some music, but no video. So opposite of what happened with the crafts there. So this time I have added in just a little something for you to look at. And I think it's okay if our faces are still here because it's not much we're going to take away from. In fact, we might add to it, Kathy, you know. So, oh, you're muted. Are you trying to tell me things? No, because I'm not a good lip reader. But anyways, okay. So let us see what Wayne has for us this year. Here is his first piece. We have Deck the Halls.
Lovely. Mhm.
Oh, all right. Let's give our round of applause for Wayne. I remember some other years I brought my jingle bells. I didn't bring them today. So
Oh,
bring any bells. Speaking of Deck the Halls, I see a nice tree behind you there.
yes.
And
That's one
there's
thing I got up.
behind me, but you know, they're not. You can tell when my body disappears that that's not the real. Yeah, I do have a tree up in my house though, but I have to do this here from work, and you don't want to see what's back. Do my best, but it's not pretty as this. And I felt really warm today. I mean, I hope that we do start getting some of our snow. I have to say, I don't mind not shoveling
It's
and
in the
not.
forecast, possibly.
Yeah, I know also though concerns about us getting enough moisture, you know, over the winter. So
Yeah.
we've had a tough year. I'd say in this neck of the woods, but you know, all over Alberta, it's been kind of tough. So hopefully we'll get that moisture that we really need.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see what's happening here. It's time for a little bit more music. Oh, that wasn't a music one. Oops. Gotta try again. Ooh, okay. So now we're gonna go for another one of our been with us since the beginning. We have Julianne for some music now. Julianne and Hazel's came in, so I hope I'm gonna pick the right one. I think they're in two different places. Oh, Julianne's, I found hers. Okay. So, oh, she's already telling us stuff. Okay. So Julianne is on piano and she is going to do What Child Is This for us? And this is one of the last minute ones that came in, so I haven't even seen it yet. So it's exciting. All right, I think let's mute ourselves for.
All righty.
Hi, my name is Julianne and I'll be playing What Child Is This?
Oopsie. Okay, where are we, Kathy? Come back. There we go. Okay.
All
Sorry,
righty.
close the last video and the last one before I started playing. But for Julianne,
Very
very
nicely
nice.
done. Yes.
That's one of those ones that you just start to get lost in the music a little bit.
Yes.
You start
No, it's done.
relaxing. Were you trying to sing along, Kathy? Just curious.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, I
Good thing
thought
I
so.
was muted, hey?
Oh, no, Kathy. I know that your thing is music, like singing, more than the playing of instruments. So the singing is good. Singing is good. All right. I don't know if we have any. Well, we have Abigail. She was singing along. Oh, look at that. Speaking of, I swear I didn't look at this ahead of time, but we've got Abigail again. So let's hear her second piece. This one we'll give her the screen too. So we'll mute ourselves and so on. I just gotta find her. I clicked on the wrong thing. Okay. She's in here, I think. Oh no, she's on YouTube. That's right. I forgot. Just a second. Gotta get there another way. Ah, she is going to play for us Jingle Bell Rock on ukulele. So, just bear with me as I do my little bit of clicky clicky, and we can mute ourselves and stop our videos. Okay, there, I think I got all the 4 buttons so that we can do this. Now that one would have been okay to sing along with, hey?
Yeah, I tried.
Had the words in front of her. This is what happens to me. I try and sing along with a song and then I only remember part of the words and then I'm like, ah, what are the rest? Yeah, I remember one time when I was teaching, we actually took the school out and about. I think we split into groups and stuff, but we went around town and we did some caroling, but we had a little book
Nice.
with all the words. So that was
That always helps.
really handy. Yeah, so today I was doing a thing with the scouts. We did a craft and so on, and we focused on cultures, different cultures and how they celebrate Christmas. And so we were talking about Ukrainian Christmas, and then I learned that this is a thing that they do in the Ukraine, which it wasn't called caroling, but the kids would go around from house to house and they'd be dressed up kind of fancy, like sort of costumey, but more like just not, I don't think whatever you want, something more Christmas line. And they would go, you know, door to door and sing songs and stuff. So that's pretty cool. We've kind of gotten out of that in our
Oh, very much
days.
so. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's fun when it happens, especially for me if I'm with people who are good singers or enough singers. I sing for children and for myself, you know. I mean, I think I've sung on here before, but sorry about that, guys. Anyways, we're gonna do one more piece of music because I think there's gonna be another bit of music coming in last minute and stuff. So let's throw in another one here, and we're gonna do another one by Wayne. And this one we can leave our faces up because I added the stuff in, so that's okay. It just gives me less to click later. That's all I'm saying.
Yes.
So okay, but we can mute. All right.
You want us to mute?
There we go. Okay. And another hand for Wayne. I tried to sing along. I only know the first verse, I think. So that I'm on repeat. You know what happened though, right in the middle? I realized I forgot about somebody who sent videos too. We have one more person and I'm so sorry. Carter. Carter is a young man who's playing well, I was gonna say playing 2 different instruments, but not at the same time. Like at different times, because that's a different kind of skill. So I think we should throw in one of Carter's right now. He's going to play piano, I think, for us. That's the one we'll do. And we'll find out what he's playing because, sorry, I did not remember things in my brain. I thought I was doing good, but you know how things slip. Okay, here, his piano piece. I'm gonna say this is not exactly Christmas, but it sort of is what's going on now with us not having so much snow. His song is called Whirling Leaves.
Hmm.
Right now.
True
Okay.
enough.
Yeah, so we'll give him the spotlight here for this one. So we'll mute.
Hi, my name's Carter, and I'm gonna play Whirling Leaves.
Where are we?
I'm here.
Oh, okay. Short and sweet, but there it was.
Yeah,
Give
that was
Carter a-
nice.
Very nice. Now, I was just thinking, yeah, Carter probably knows I'm a little bit scatterbrained sometimes. He's come to some times, so hopefully he forgives me. Got your name right, Carter.
That's good. Hey?
I used to mix it up, but you know, I work on these things. So, yes, all right. I think we've heard a bit of music, so perhaps it is time to move along to something else. I have next on my list some art. So, this is what we're going to do now. This art, I haven't seen it either. So this is by my friend, librarian, and artist Pam, and
Ooh,
she
that's
has.
interesting.
Oh, do you remember from last year?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what do you? It's going to be similar. What do you remember? Pop quiz. No, you don't remember.
Lots of creativity and color.
And Barbies too. Okay, so let me see. I just got to bring that up and I'm going to close the other thing so we don't start showing Carter's song again. And everybody who's watching this on recording, you can rewind and watch Carter's song as many times as you want. But for us here, maybe just once. Okay. Here, I found it. Okay, let's throw pause on that. And we will give Pam's piece of artwork the spotlight. So let's mute.
Well, here we are talking about books. Nothing can really replace them, except possibly convenience. Here's my Libby app. On my reading shelf is The Martian. Here's my hold shelf. Classics like Black Beauty and Grapes of Wrath are always available. I'm borrowing Black Beauty. They even have audiobooks.
This is an Audio Holdings production.
Black Beauty by Anna Sewell. The first place that I can well remember was a large, pleasant meadow with a pond of clear water in it.
When you search Skip the Line copies, there is a short borrowing time of 7 days for popular items. Oh, Yoda.
Sorry, I started I was just sitting there laughing to myself and I forgot that I'm supposed to press start again and stuff. Now, I wasn't sure entirely what I was going to get there, but we did see a little bit of Barbies and a kitty cat. Causing chaos. That's what kitties do.
Yep.
But you know what? This actually leads in kind of well, because I was going to try and throw a little promo for some library stuff here with my reading that I'm about to do, because I was going to explain where I've got the story that I'm about to, because it is time for a reading. She was showing on her video, Pam, was there one of our e-libraries, and that e-library is, well, the library is called Overdrive, but if you use the app, it's called Libby. She also went on there, I think she was showing Track. So Track is our like online catalog, basically. It stands for the Regional Automotive something Consortium. Anyways, it's a bunch of libraries in Alberta that agreed together to share their books, and we have to share because we agreed, so we have to share. So
Okay.
that's how we can get the books in. If we don't have What You Want books or movies or whatever from in our branch, we can bring them in from other branches in Alberta because we've all signed this agreement, but we have to share with them too. So, you know, it's fair. But there is another e-library you can access for free with your card. You can also access this by paying money if you don't have your library card, but I would recommend having a library card to do this. It's called Hoopla. 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 Yes, and you can get movies, music, and ebooks and e-audiobooks on their comic books. I think they've got magazines on there too now. They kind of messed around with some things. They used to have everything on there was automatic. You could get it on demand, but now some of them you can place holds on it and stuff, but that just allows them to have more things that you can choose from. But there still is tons of stuff that you can get automatically that's available all the time. Now, you do have a little limit on how many you can take out a month. Now the librarian's getting on her spiel. But the main point that I wanted to give about this is that if you like the story that I'm reading, you like the author that I am going to tell you who it is soon, you can find these on Hoopla. There's a bunch of these Christmassy ones, and I wasn't expecting to find this, but I was wondering what I should share with you guys, you know, and I did just tell you I'm not that great with the singing and such. So, you know, something a little different maybe. And so I came across this a couple times and it's like, okay, maybe I should be sharing this. Maybe this is the thing. Okay, so I am just going to I guess I'm doing my little spiel right now, so I'll just show you the little picture I had for that. Don't worry about muting or anything there, Kathy. We'll just do this. So oh boy, can you still hear me?
Yep.
Okay, because I just got a little note that says my speaker isn't working properly, but apparently it is. So we'll ignore that, I think. Somebody call me in a panic if it's not working. Anyways, so yeah, I came across this, and actually I had no idea that she wrote a bunch of short stories that were Christmas stories. So they put them together in this collection. You can also get them as single stories. You can get them as e-audio books, so you can just listen to them if you want. So yeah, really awesome. So I found one that I'm going to share with you today, and I'm just going to switch out my picture now. Can I do it from here? No, I can't. I made life difficult for myself. Okay, so I just got to stop the share screen, and then I will. What did I do? Am I still sharing screen? Did I stop sharing screen? I think I stopped.
I think you did.
Okay, good. Okay, because I got to get the other picture to show you which story I'm actually doing. Okay. Okay, I found it. So now I'm going to share it. And then you can snuggle up under the blanket or whatever, because this, when I looked it up as an audiobook, it says it's 10 minutes, 12 minutes long or something. So we'll see how well I do with the reading of it. And at one point I may have to do something technological because I had technical difficulties, but welcome to my life. Anyways, we'll see if this works. Okay. All right, so this is the story that I'm going to do for you. It's called Clorinda's Gifts by L.M. Montgomery. It's a dreadful thing to be poor a fortnight before Christmas, said Clorinda, with a mournful sigh of 17 years. Aunt Emmy smiled. Aunt Emmy was 60 and spent the hours she didn't spend in a bed, on a sofa, or in a wheelchair. But Aunt Emmy was never heard to sigh. I suppose it is worse than at any other time, she admitted. This was one of the nice things about Aunt Emmy. She always sympathized and understood. I'm worse than poor this Christmas. I'm stony broke, said Clorinda dolefully. My spell of fever in the summer and the consequent doctor's bills have cleaned out my coffers completely. Not a single Christmas present can I give. And I did so want to give some little thing to each of my dearest people, but I simply can't afford it. That's the hateful, ugly truth. Clorinda sighed again. The gifts which money can purchase are not the only ones we can give, said Aunt Emmy gently. Nor the best, either. Oh, I know it's nicer to give something of your own work, agreed Clorinda. But materials for fancy work cost too. That kind of gift is just as much out of the question for me as any other. That was not what I meant, said Aunt Emmy. What did you mean, then? Asked Clorinda, looking puzzled. Aunt Emmy smiled. Suppose you think out my meaning for yourself, she said. That would be better than if I explained it. Besides, I don't think I could explain it. Take the beautiful line of a beautiful poem to help you in your thinking out. The gift without the giver is bare. I'd put it the other way around and say, the giver without the gift is bare, said Clorinda with a grimace. That is my predicament exactly. Well, I hope by next Christmas I'll not be quite bankrupt. I'm going to Mr. Callender's store down at Murraybridge in February. He's offered me the place, you know. Won't you miss your aunt terribly? Oh, pardon me. It was, won't your aunt miss you terribly? Said Aunt Emmy gravely. Clorinda flushed. There was a note in Aunt Emmy's voice that disturbed her. Oh, yes, I suppose she will, she answered hurriedly. But she'll get used to it very soon. And I'll be home every Saturday night, you know. Dreadfully tired of being poor Aunt Emmy. And now that I have a chance to earn something for myself, I mean to take it. I can help Aunt Mary, too. I'm to get $4 a week. I think she would rather have your companionship than a part of your salary, Clorinda, said Aunt Emmy. But of course, you must decide for yourself, dear. It is hard to be poor. I know it. I am poor. You poor, said Clorinda, kissing her. Why, you are the richest woman I know, Aunt Emmy. Rich in love and goodness and contentment. And so are you, dearie. Rich in youth and health and happiness and ambition. Aren't they all worthwhile? Of course they are, laughed Clorinda. Only, unfortunately, Christmas gifts can't be coined out of them. Did you ever try? Asked Aunt Emmy. Think out that question, too, in your thinking out, Clorinda. Well, I must say bye-bye and run home. I feel cheered up. You always cheer people up, Aunt Emmy. How gray it is outdoors. I do hope we'll have snow soon. Wouldn't it be jolly to have a white Christmas? We always have such faded brown Decembers. Clorinda lived just across the road from Aunt Emmy, in a tiny white house behind some huge willows. But Aunt Mary lived there too, the only relative Clorinda had, for Aunt Emmy wasn't really her aunt at all. Clorinda had always lived with Aunt Mary ever since she could remember. Clorinda went home and upstairs to her little room under the eaves, where the great bare willow boughs were branching athwart her windows. She was thinking over what Aunt Emmy had said about Christmas gifts and giving. I'm sure I don't know what she could have meant, pondered Clorinda. I do wish I could find out if it would help me any. I'd love to remember a few of my friends at least. There's Miss Mitchell. She's been so good to me all this year and helped me so much with my studies. And there's Mrs. Martin out in Manitoba. If only I could send her something. She must be so lonely out there. And Aunt Emmy herself, of course, and poor old Aunt Kitty down the lane, and Aunt Mary, and yes, Florence too, although she did treat me so meanly. I shall never feel the same to her again. But she gave me a Christmas present last year, and so out of politeness, I ought to give her something. Clorinda stopped short suddenly. She had just remembered that she would not have liked to say that last sentence to Aunt Emmy. Therefore, there was something wrong about it. Clorinda had long ago learned that there was sure to be something wrong in anything that could not be said to Aunt Emmy. So she stopped to think it over. Clorinda puzzled over Aunt Emmy's meaning for 4 days and part of 3 nights. Then all at once it came to her. Or if it wasn't Aunt Emmy's meaning, it was a very good meaning in itself. And it grew clearer and expanded in meaning during the days that followed, although at first Clorinda shrank a little from some of the conclusions to which it led her. I've solved the problem of my Christmas giving for this year, she told Aunt Emmy. I have some things to give after all. Some of them quite costly too. That is, they will cost me something, but I know I'll be better off and richer after I've paid the price. That is what Mr. Grierson would call a paradox, isn't it? I'll explain all about it to you on Christmas Day. On Christmas Day, Clorinda went over to Aunt Emmy's. It was a faded brown Christmas after all, for the snow had not come. But Clorinda did not mind. There was such joy in her heart that she thought it the most delightful Christmas Day that ever dawned. She put the queer cornery armful she carried down on the kitchen floor before she went into the sitting room. Aunt Emmy was lying on the sofa before the fire, and Clorinda sat down beside her. I've come to tell you all about it, she said. Aunt Emmy patted the hand that was in her own. From your face, dear girl, it will be pleasant hearing and telling, she said. Clorinda nodded. Aunt Emmy, I thought for days over your meaning, thought until I was dizzy. And then one evening it just came to me, without any thinking at all. And I knew that I could give some gifts after all. I thought of something new every day for a week. At first, I didn't think I could give some of them, and then I thought how selfish I was. I would have been willing to pay any amount of money for the gifts if I had had it, but I wasn't willing to pay what I had. I got over that, though, Aunt Emmy. Now I'm going to tell you what I did give. First, there was my teacher, Miss Mitchell. I gave her one of Father's books. I have so many of his, you know, that I wouldn't miss one. But still, it was the one I loved very much, and so I felt that love made it worthwhile. That is, I felt that on second thought. At first, Aunt Emmy, I thought I would be ashamed to offer Miss Mitchell a shabby old book, worn with much reading and all marked over with Father's notes and penciling. I was afraid she would think it queer of me to give her such a present. And yet, somehow, it seemed to me that it was better than something brand new and unmellowed, that old book which Father had loved and which I loved. So I gave it to her, and she understood. I think it pleased her so much, the real meaning in it. She said it was like being given something, out of another's heart and life. Then you know Mrs. Martin. Last year, she was Miss Hope, my dear Sunday school teacher. She married a home missionary, and they are in a lonely part of the West. Well, I wrote her a letter. Not just an ordinary letter, dear me, no. I took a whole day to write it, and you should have seen the postmistress's eyes stick out when I mailed it. I just told her everything that had happened in Greenvale since she went away. I made it as newsy and cheerful and loving as I possibly could. Everything bright and funny I could think of went into it. Then the next was old Aunt Kitty. You know, she was my nurse when I was a baby, and she's very fond of me. But, well, you know, Aunt Emmy, I'm ashamed to confess it, but really, I've never found Aunt Kitty very entertaining, to put it mildly. She is always glad when I go to see her, but I've never gone except when I couldn't help it. She's very deaf and rather dull and stupid, you know. Well, I gave her a whole day. I took my knitting yesterday and sat with her the whole time and just talked and talked. I told her all the Greenvale news and gossip and everything else I thought she'd like to hear. She was so pleased and proud. She told me when I came away that she hadn't had such a nice time in years. Then there was Florence. You know, Aunt Emmy, we were always intimate friends until last year. Then Florence told Rose Watson something I had told her in confidence. I found it out. I was so hurt. I couldn't forgive Florence, and I told her plainly I could never be a real friend to her again. Florence felt badly because she really did love me, and she asked me to forgive her, but it seemed as if I couldn't. Well, Aunt Emmy, that was my Christmas gift to her, my forgiveness. I went down last night and just put my arms around her and told her that I loved her as much as ever and wanted to be real close friends again. I gave Aunt Mary her gift this morning. I told her I wasn't going to Murraybridge, that I just meant to stay home with her. She was so glad, and I'm glad too, now that I've decided so. Your gifts have been real gifts, Clorinda, said Aunt Emmy. Something of you, the best of you, went into each of them. Clorinda went out and brought her cornery armful in. I didn't forget you, Aunt Emmy, she said as she unpinned the paper. There was a rose bush, Clorinda's own pet rose bush, all snowed over with fragrant blossoms. Aunt Emmy loved flowers. She put her finger under one of the roses and kissed it. It's as sweet as yourself, dear child, she said tenderly, and it will be a joy to me all through the lonely winter days. You've found out the best meaning of Christmas giving, haven't you, dear? Yes, thanks to you, Aunt Emmy, said Clorinda softly. And that is the end of the story. I should have said the end. All right. So what'd you think? Kathy, have you ever heard that before?
I have not.
Yeah, what'd you think?
It was good.
Yeah, I thought it was just a lovely story. I know it's not one with a lot of action, and some of the other stories that L.M. Montgomery has there have a little bit more action, and so that's
Yeah.
what you're looking for. You can try another one, but I just thought the meaning of it was
Yeah.
so good. You know, like
Mhm.
we have these times when it's a little harder for us to dole out the cash to get some gifts, right? But those
Yeah.
aren't the only kinds of gifts that you can give. And in fact, the other kind might mean a little bit more.
Yeah.
I also really like the line. Where was that one? that she told her to help her in her thinking out. The gift without the giver is bare. So I'll let you ponder that over, just like Clorinda did about that, because yeah, the heart behind something, right, is pretty important. All right, well, thank you for listening to my reading, and we will do a little bit more music. So let's see, who do I have up next? This is one that just got sent to me. Sometimes there's messages. Oh, and if he's watching right now, I just got a message asking if I got got this music, and I'm just about to check. Let's see. Oh no, so you know what? I'm going to have to do this right now and reply that I got the email, but there was nothing in it.
Ooh.
So I'm doing this right now. I got the email, but nothing was in it. So I'll put that one to the side and we'll come back and see if that little bit of music comes our way or not. In the meantime, we're not out of music yet. Let us have our third piece from Wayne. This is one that sometimes I put at the end, and you'll see why. But it is what we would all wish to everybody out there. So yeah, Kathy, we can mute, but we should be okay if our faces are still there. Oh no, it's happening, and I don't know where it is. Okay, there it is. It was hiding behind my story. Okay, here we go. Unmute and our round of applause. Yes, we do wish everybody a Merry Christmas. I know it's a little early, perhaps, although I mean Advent
The
started on.
time's gonna go fast.
And some people can't watch tonight, so they'll watch on another day. Okay, so I've got an email again now. Let's see. Oh, there's an attachment in this email. So let's take a little look-see. Just gonna close the old thing and see if the new thing will open.
Yeah.
All right, people. So this music is fresh off the email. I think it was even recorded today. And now, if you remember early on, we had heard from Abigail, we had heard from Briella, and keeping that in the family there, we've also got Giovanni. Of course, you know, you can't be outdone by your sisters, no less. Okay, so we've got Giovanni. He is on electric guitar, I think was the plan. There is a guitar there. And his song is Santa Claus is Coming to Town. All right.
Oh,
Let's give him the spotlight. We will mute ourselves for this one.
Yeah? You better watch out, you better not cry, you better not pout, I'm telling you why. So be good for goodness sake. Oh, you better watch out. You better not cry. You better not pout. I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town.
Okay. Wait, oh, here we go. Whoa, where's our faces? We gotta find them again.
I found mine.
Were you grinning?
Oh,
Were you grinning through that one?
yeah, I laughed at the end.
I want to say a star in the making. Hey, he's not afraid of the screen. Oh, yes, let's give the applause. All right, great job, Giovanni. I think that it's a new thing for him to doing the guitar and stuff. I might be wrong.
Oh, yeah, he did a
No,
good job.
very nicely done. Well, something hot off the Messenger app is our next bit of music. We've got 2 pieces left, so we're getting close to the end. Oh, it's sad. But let me see now. I'm not even sure if I know what song this is going to be, but it's gonna be a song.
Okay.
Yep. Let me see here. It went to a different place because it was so hot off the press here. Just gotta click a few buttons. And get this one open. They always start so fast. In fact, you're gonna see it's so hot off the Messenger, it still doesn't even have a proper title thing according to how you save files, but that's okay. So we have Hazel, and I'm really glad she sent in her song too. It just wouldn't be the same, right? Without those who've been with us from the beginning. All right. So without further ado, we will mute ourselves and turn it over to Hazel. I think she sent me something in the messenger that said she had some trouble with getting it cut right. She trimmed it. Oh, yeah. Okay, because it was too long and then she couldn't quite get it all to fit to send. I
It
wish
was
I heard
still
the
really nice.
It was so nice.
Yes.
It had such a fancy beginning. At first I was like, what song is this? And I was gonna message and say, what song are you playing? What's it called?
Yeah, and then it all came together.
And it
Yeah.
was, what was it? Do you know what it's called?
I don't know if it's Christ the Lord.
Like, yeah, you can sing it.
Um,
So what's it called?
I don't know. I don't
Is
know
it
the
called
name.
"O Come All Ye Faithful"? Am I
I
right?
don't know.
Come all ye faithful, joyful and triumphant. Come ye, oh come ye. I think I'm right.
Are you faithful? I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now you got me to sing for you people. How did you do that? Yikes.
All I could remember was the end of it.
I gotta be on my game, you
I
know?
caught on to it quite early. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yes. Well, I'm so glad that came in. And you know, I feel that there was one more, but I don't know if it's coming in or not. I'm just going to send a quick message because there was an email to me. However, I don't know if they read the email, but they might read text better. So I am going to, should have done that earlier, hey, maybe, but I was hoping they'd read the email. I'm going to say, can you send the video now? If not, we might have a PS to this thing and something
Yeah.
will show up on Facebook with
Yeah.
this video, but I don't want to tell you what it is in case it doesn't come and then you'll all be sad. I don't want you to be sad.
Yeah.
So we do have one more for sure that we have not shown yet. One more piece of music. Oh, and then there's a piece of art. And that's what I was going to close out with, a beautiful piece of art here. Okay, so the one more that we have for sure is from Carter. And now Carter is playing Silent Night for us.
Awesome.
And this time he's going to play his second instrument.
Hi, my name.
Whoopsies. Which is a violin. All right, so we will mute ourselves and so on and let Carter take stage.
Hi, my name's Carter, and now I'm gonna play Silent Night.
Okay, and there it was. Short and sweet, but well done. Very nice.
Yes.
All right. So the last little bit that I have for you today is a piece of art that I'm going to show you. Actually, no, I'm going to take a second actually to show you one other thing, and then I'm going to show you that. Okay, so I'm going to share our website here just for a second, just because there's a fun thing or two that you could do on here. So showing right here, Christmas Kindness Bingo. I'm going to click on that. So if you're looking for a little something to do over the break, you can head to our website And you can see this here, and it's got lots of kind things that you can do. And I was thinking, you know, some people might have a hard time getting all this done before Christmas, and there is a reward if you can finish your bingo card, which you can do in any order, by the way.
Yes.
I might extend this to go a little bit beyond Christmas. If you need a little more time to get all those good things done, that would be just fine. All right. So, yes, our last little thing, oh, I gotta get the right, is a piece of art, as I mentioned, and this is created by Anita. And Anita, she leads a program here in the library as a volunteer. Pardon me, my brain is just going, where is that piece of art? Okay, I have it now. Okay, so I can share it, and we don't have to mute or anything. We can just be there and chat while we look at this. So this is,
Cute.
yes, it's adorable. Hey, watercolor done by Anita for us. Cute little Christmas penguin. And she's actually doing 2 more Wednesdays from 1 to 3 at the library with Christmas watercolor painting. So it's drop-in and it's free. And if you want to learn how she did that, well, she can tell you. I cannot because I don't have those skills. But I just thought that was a lovely picture to
Very nice. Yes.
with today. Yes. So I thank you so much. Thanks to everybody who sent in their recordings. Thanks to Kathy for hanging out with us for a bit here. And we just do this every year to share a little bit of Christmas cheer with the community.
Thank you so much.
And there, I lost Kathy's face when I shared that. So I just wanted to get it back.
Okay.
All right. And thanks to anybody who's watching. I hope that you enjoyed this, and I hope that you will have a very Merry
Christmas.
Merry Christmas.